Sunlight fading on your skin, like it knew where we had been. Summer trembling in the dark, before the breaking of our hearts. We were dancing in the glow, didn't think we'd ever know how a perfect sky could start, hiding cracks inside the heart. We were fearless, we were young, singing songs unsung. In the golden hours before we fell apart, you were holding on my heart. Every laugh and every spark, lighting up the coming dark. We were timeless, we were free, everything we'd never be. Now I trace it in my mind, golden hours left behind. Your shadow stretching next to mine, like love would unrun time. We were written in the sand, dreaming we would always stand. But the sunset always knows how the story goes. In the golden hours before we fell apart, we were fire in the dark. Every promise felt so true, like the sky was painted blue. Now the colors slowly fade into choices that we made. Still I see you when I start, golden hours before we fell apart. If I could live one day again, before the distance settled in, I'd memorize your every breath, before love turned into regret. The sun went down without a sound, and silence was all we found. In the golden hours before we fell apart, we were closer than the stars. Every touch was like a flame, never thinking love could change. Though the daylight couldn't stay, and the warmth just slipped away, there's a place inside my heart where it's always golden. Evening falls, the sky turns blue, but the light still shines on you. Somewhere safe beyond the dark, golden hours before we fell apart. Soft rain on my window tonight, a tired moon fading out of sight. Your shadow lingers on my wall, like you never left at all. I found your picture in a drawer, perfume still whispers like before. Every word we never said keeps echoing inside my head. We were dancing on borrowed time, crossing every fragile line. coffee cup still on the shelf, like it's waiting by itself. I trace the silence in this room, where forever ended too soon. We were fire against the wind, holding on to what had been. These are midnight letters never sent, full of love and accident. Every tear between the lines, every almost every word. I still write your name in the dark on the pieces of my heart, but the truth is hard to face. Some words never find their place. If I had one more night with you, I'd say the things I never knew. That love was more than just goodbye, more than watching angels cry. So I fold these pages tight, let them fade with morning light. These are midnight letters never sent, all the love and what it meant. Every dream we left behind, frozen somewhere in my mind. I still hear you in the rain, calling softly through the pain. But the truth is what remains. Some words fall like silent rain, soft rain on my window tonight. Your memory holding me tight. Midnight letters sealed in blue, still unwritten, still for you. The sky was quiet, almost still. Clouds were resting on the hill. No warning in your eyes, just a storm in disguise. You said my name so tenderly, like it was the last time for me. Your fingers slipping from my hand, like waves retreating from the sand. We were standing face to face in love's most fragile place. It was soft thunder in your goodbye, no lightning, just a silent sky. But it shook me to my core, like nothing ever did before. No screaming, no shattered glass, just a moment that couldn't last. And the calm that followed through was louder than I ever knew. Your suitcase waiting by the door, like it had known before that forever isn't loud. Sometimes it hides beneath a cloud, We were holding broken air, pretending hope was still there. It was soft thunder in your goodbye, a gentle storm behind your eyes, no heavy rain to wash away the words you couldn't say, just a whisper cutting deep, promises we couldn't keep, and the silence ringing through like a truth we always knew. The war inside of me. Now every time the sky turns gray, I hear the way you walked away. It was soft thunder in your goodbye, a quiet end beneath the sky, no broken walls, no falling rain, just a slow and steady pain. Now every storm that passes by carries echoes of that night, and I'm still standing where you stood in the calm after you. The sky is clear, but I still feel a distant rumble, cold and real. Not every storm is wild and loud, some just hide behind a cloud. Guitar strings still out of tune, dust floating in this empty room. Your voice lingers in the air, like you're almost standing there. We were writing something real, every chord was how we feel. Half a verse and half a dream, nothing's ever what it seems. We said we'd finish it someday, but someday slowly slipped away. This is the last song we never finished, hanging on a fragile sentence, melody without an end. Lovers more than just good friends, every lyric left unsaid still keeps spinning in my head. Now that's all I'm living with, the last song we never finished. Your note lies like the love we couldn't save. This is the last song we never finished. Echo dreams and distant limits. Every tear inside the rhyme, frozen somewhere out of time. Though the silence fills the room, I still play our broken tune, but it trembles as it ends. The last song we never finished. Guitar strings softly drift, carrying a final shift. Some songs don't get their wish. The last song we never finished. Raindrops fading from the air, silver light everywhere. Clouds are drifting slow again, under a velvet sky after the rain. Street lights shimmer on the ground, broken halos all around. Footsteps in the cooling night, searching for a distant light. We were standing in between. Were we lost in what could be? Under a velvet sky, after the like a whisper through the blue. Every drop still falls for you. In the silence we remain, softer shadows on the lane. Hearts don't heal the same again. Under a velvet sky, after the rain. Glowing amber hues, every color feels like you. Thunder sleeps beyond the hills, but in my chest it lingers still. We were holding fragile dreams, torn apart at fragile seals. Under a velvet sky, after the rain, I still call out your name in vain. Like a melody so slow, playing where the listening to the echo of your name under a velvet sky. After the rain, every memory feels the same, like a story left untold, growing colder as we grow old. Still I stand here once again, where our worlds began to end. Nothing shines without the pain under a velvet sky. After the rain, clouds are drifting slow again. Night forgives but won't explain all the love we couldn't save under a velvet sky. After the rain. Old box underneath my bed, dust and words we never said. Shaking hands, I open up memories I can't interrupt. There we are in summer light, laughing like we own the night. Frozen smiles and fragile frames before we learned about goodbye and blame. Every color slowly turns to rust, like promises that turn to dust. These are fading Polaroids of us, moments wrapped in fragile trust. Every picture tells a lie of love that never thought to die. And now the edges curl and bend, like a story at its end. All that's left between the dust are fading Polaroids of us. Your lipstick mark on paper white, captured in a flash of light. We were reckless, we were young, believing forever had just begun. But time has hands that pull apart every corner of the heart. These are fading Polaroids of us, turning gold and turning rough. Every memory out of focus now. Still I don't know when or how we went from holding on so tight to strangers in the night. All that's left between the dust are fading Polaroids of us. If I could step inside that frame before we ever change, I'd hold you like the last goodbye, before the colors learn to cry. Flash a light and then it's gone, but somehow I'm still holding on. These are fading Polaroids of us, every tear and every touch. Though the ink begins to blur, your shadow still occurs in every picture that I choose. There's a version I still lose. All that's left between the dust are fading Polaroids. of us. I close the box and kill the light, but memories survive the night. In every frame I can't adjust, fading Polaroids of us. Midnight settles on the avenue, neon shadows painted blue, empty roads and distant trains, and the night calls out your name. City breathing slow and low, flickers in the afterglow. Every corner that we knew still feels a little bit like you. We were echoes in the dark, two lost sparks without a mark. When the streetlights whisper your name, I turn around, but it's not the same. Just the wind playing old refrains through the cracks of memory lanes. Every step I take alone feels like walking through unknown, but the night remains the same. When the streetlights whisper your name. Coffee shops are closed and cold, stories left untold. Your laughter in the fading air, like you're standing everywhere. We were chasing city skies, reading truth between the lies. When the streetlights whisper your name, it burns softly like a flame through the silence and the rain, through the comfort and the pain. I keep searching in the glow for a love I used to know, but it flickers just the same. When the streetlights whisper your name. If these roads could speak tonight, would they tell me I was right, or that love just slips away at the breaking of the day? Footsteps fading down the lane, only shadows now remain. When the streetlights whisper your name, I'm still standing in the flame of a love that couldn't stay, but never fully went away. Every heartbeat sounds the same, calling out through guilt and blame. Still I walk this endless frame. When the streetlights whisper your name. Morning slowly steals the night, neon fades from sight, but in the dark it's still the same. The streetlights whisper your name. a silence in the room tonight, soft as shadows, dim as light. Every breath feels incomplete to the echoes of a quiet heartbeat. Your sweater hanging by the door, like you're walking like before. Dust is dancing in the air, but you're no longer there. We were closer than the rain, falling through an open pane. These are echoes of a quiet heartbeat, slow and breaking underneath. Every second without you feels too heavy to get through, like a rhythm out of time, missing half of every line. Still it plays on repeat, echoes of a quiet heartbeat. I still sleep on your side of the bed, with all the words we never said. The clock keeps ticking loud and deep, while I'm pretending I can sleep. We were fire in the cold, now just stories left untold. These are echoes of a quiet heartbeat, soft and shattered in defeat. Every memory replays in 1,000 different ways, like a song without a key, lost in silent melody. Still it pulls me to my feet, echoes of a quiet heartbeat. If I could turn the night around, I'd stop the silence from the sound and let your pulse meet mine again, instead of living in the end. In the hush before the dawn, I feel you though you're gone. These are echoes of a quiet heartbeat, still surviving in retreat. Every tear I try to hide falls in rhythm deep inside. Though the world moves at its speed, there's a space that still will bleed, and it won't accept defeat. Echoes of a quiet heartbeat.